In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how you can create a high converting front end offer for a local business. My name's Alex. I'm a Canadian digital marketer, and this is one of the elements of digital marketing and online business which can work very well for local businesses that have brick and mortar locations, whether they're selling services or products. And I know a lot of local business owners don't immediately realize how this kind of thing can work for them. So I'm going to break that down for you today and show what is really one of the most reliable ways for local business owners to find new customers without having to invest too much in advertising. And if you find this video helpful, but you would like me to help you create your own front-end offer, you should find a link in the description of this video that'll take you to a page where you can learn more about that. And so this is what I call the first offer funnel, and it is a self-sustaining front-end offer that finds and converts your ideal customers. So converts just means gets them to buy. So basically the idea here is that you create an offer that's going to be something that your ideal customers really want. That might sound obvious, but there's a little bit of nuance to it, so let's get into it. You're likely already familiar with the concept of a customer journey, but I'm going to walk through it really quickly. There's all types of different ways that you can represent a customer journey, but one is with the 4 steps in AIDA or AIDA, which stands for attention, interest, desire, and action. So getting a potential customer's attention is basically when they know that your business exists. For a local business owner, that could be something like running ads or posting on social media, or it could be them searching Google and finding your website or your Google business listing, or it could just be them walking past your shop front and thinking that what you sell looks interesting. And of course, that leads us into interest, which is the second stage. And this is generally where a prospect is thinking that what you have might be for them, but they want to learn more about it. If that goes well, then they'll get to the desire stage, which is when they've decided they want to buy what you sell. They just haven't actually made the decision to do it yet. And then action is when they actually buy something and become a customer. Now, a typical customer journey might look something like this. You might use ads or other types of marketing in order to initially get on someone's radar to get their attention. Then they might follow you on social media or join your email list, at which point you can communicate with them more via that platform. In the desire phase, you might move them to one-on-one communication, such as getting on a phone call with them, emailing directly, text messaging directly, or since it's a local business, you could just be talking to them in your shop. And then the action that we're going to be focusing on is not just any purchase, because what most business owners, including local business owners, rely on for most of their income is customers who make high ticket purchases and or customers who make recurring purchases. So for example, if you own a convenience store, you would probably find that a lot of your sales come from people who buy the same things every week or every couple of days or what have you. And that's also true of grocery stores, probably a lot of clothing stores. It's true of restaurants and bars. People tend to have their preferred places to go to get whatever it is they need and want. And that's a really good way to create reliable income for local business owners. The problem with this customer journey is that in many cases, it takes a lot of work and time to get from attention and awareness to getting them to take an action and become a customer. And if you are selling something that's expensive, like say golf clubs, or you're selling something that comes with a recurring subscription, like for example, a gym membership, then that will often make it more difficult to sell, because if it's something fairly expensive, like a set of golf clubs, for a lot of people, that's going to be a significant buying decision. And, they might already have some golf clubs, but they just want new ones. And so they really need to decide if it's worth it. Or for something like a gym membership, they really need to decide if they're going to use it, if it's going to be worth it to sign up for a subscription that they might forget to cancel, and all that type of thing. So the idea of the first offer funnel is that you create an offer that is going to appeal to the type of people who are going to be your best customers. And so those are the people that are going to buy something expensive and or make recurring purchases from you. But as I mentioned, in many cases, those recurring and high ticket offers are a little bit more difficult to sell. And for some customers, they really will want to get to know you and understand your business a little bit better before they're willing to make a significant commitment like that. And so the idea of a first offer funnel is something that's usually at a lower price point that your ideal customer will be able to purchase without feeling like they're making a huge commitment. So it's usually a lower priced, one-time price. And if you can get them to buy that a little bit earlier in the sales cycle, not only do you make a sale, so you get some money, which you can then reinvest in advertising, but also this gives you a much better opportunity to sell your main revenue generating offer, because now they get to see the quality of what you're selling and they get to know you a little bit better, and you can communicate with them more directly because they're a customer. Hopefully that makes sense. Feel free to leave a comment or shoot me a message if you have a question. But now we'll get into how to create your offer. So your front end offer should solve a specific problem quickly or provide some sort of immediate entertainment, joy, or satisfaction. It should also attract only people who may be ideal customers for your main offers, and it should educate your buyers in some way about your main offer and frame it as the next thing they need to invest in. And if you're not sure how that would work, I've got 3 examples that I'm going to walk you through right now. So here are 3 different types of local businesses that all rely on having steady, recurring business from their best customers. We have a boxing gym, and boxing gyms typically make most of their money through memberships and selling lessons, which are primarily sold to people who are paying for them month after month. We have a chiropractor, and I believe that most chiropractors get most of their business from recurring clients. They'll certainly have some clients who just need a quick adjustment, but to my knowledge, chiropractors mostly focus on either ongoing treatments or a set number of treatments. So like they might sell a package of 6 chiropractic treatments over 5 weeks or 10 treatments over 6 weeks or something like that. It all depends on the person's needs. But the point is that chiropractors definitely depend on recurring business from their best customers. And the third example is a local bar. So of course, there's lots of ways that local bars can attract new customers. However, the vast majority of them have regulars who come on a regular basis, pay for the food, pay for the drinks, and they kind of become like the lifeblood of the business. And so let's take a look at my example of a front-end offer for each of these. So a boxing gym that sells memberships and lessons. I said private lessons, but it could be private lessons and or group lessons. And on one hand, this is great because people who get into boxing tend to stay interested in it, so they want to keep doing it over a long period of time. But the issue is that when you have a boxing gym, you can only fit a certain number of people in there at any given time, and you can only have a certain number of lessons based on how many instructors you have. And so these main drivers of income for boxing gyms are inherently limited by the time and space that they have available. And so an example of a front-end offer for a boxing gym would be an online course teaching how to get in shape to make the most out of boxing classes. Now, so if you've never done combat sports before, anything like boxing or MMA, they take exercise to a whole different level than what most people who haven't done that kind of thing before are used to. They work out really hard, and they combine really hard workouts with combative skill training, which is very exhausting and uncomfortable if you've never done it before. And from my own experience, I've trained at MMA gyms and boxing gyms. From what I've seen, a lot of people will show up for a few classes or a few workouts, and they'll get overwhelmed by the amount of exercise that they have to do, and they'll stop coming in because they feel like they can't do it. And so if a boxing gym were to sell an online course teaching people how to get in shape before they start coming to lessons, not only would they make money and acquire customers who aren't coming into the gym, they could build up a pipeline of people who are getting ready to come into the gym. And so if the membership population ever dips, then they can make a special offer to that pipeline in order to get more people in the doors. And if the gym is at capacity and they can't handle any more members, they can still continue generating income using that online course and building up that pipeline for when they need it. And chiropractors face a similar problem to boxing gyms because chiropractors can only treat one patient at a time. They can only do that so fast. And depending on the kind of chiropractic work they do, they may also be limited by how much they can use their hands. I know, for example, massage therapists sometimes need to limit the number of sessions that they do in a week or in a day because they'll burn their hands or their arms out if they do too many massages. And I think that's less common for chiropractors, but again, depending on the type of treatments they're doing, they might need to factor that in as well. So for a chiropractor, much like a boxing gym, having a front-end offer that generates some income and also creates a pipeline of new customers that they can bring in at any time can be very, very valuable. And so an example of a front-end offer for a chiropractor might be a home guide to holistic healing and pain management. Because a lot of people who go to chiropractors have chronic pain or other types of pain, and people who have a lot of pain are generally looking for ways to manage it and reduce it. And there actually are a lot of things that you can do on your own in order to help manage that. And so a chiropractor could sell this like a book or a course so that even if they don't have space for new clients at the time, they can start helping people right away. And then in that book or course or whatever that product is, they could also promote their services and again, create that pipeline of new customers who are just waiting to go. And then the example for the bar is a little bit different. And so for this example, I'm thinking of like a local bar that's just kind of like a general tavern or maybe like a sports bar or something. And if they were looking to establish a new customer base, something that they might do is have a club night. And so the main thing that they're trying to sell here is to get people to like their bar so that people will become recurring customers and come back week after week to hang out there. But one way to get them initially in the door would be to have a club night and pre-sale cover at a discount with VIP options or bundling in discounted drinks or table reservations, because not only are people who are interested in that kind of thing really going to like the idea of getting it at a discount, but also when someone pays in advance for something like that, they're probably going to spend a lot of time thinking about it. They might tell their friends, which is free promotion. And then as long as they have a good time, that's going to be a really solid memory that they're going to look back on fondly and want to come back to the bar. I really hope all that made sense. If you have a question, feel free to leave it in the comments or reach out to me directly. And again, if you would like my help creating your first offer funnel, you can go to lovefightright.com/FOF. The link should be in the description of this video as well. And that will take you to this sales page, which explains a little bit more about the first offer funnel and exactly what this consulting process where I help you create your first offer funnel looks like. It costs $750 Canadian, which is about 600 US. And you can get the full details of exactly what goes into that by visiting this page. Also, there is a split pay option. So if you don't want to pay $750 up front, you can split it into 3 payments of $300. So that's a little bit more expensive overall. But I know some people do prefer a split payment like that. So I added it as an option. And again, feel free to reach out or leave a comment if you have any questions. I'm here to help.